I think I've known that I've wanted to become a teacher my whole life. I remember sitting in my fourth grade classroom looking at the way that my teacher decorated the room and was thinking how I would have done it differently. What I would have done to it, how it would look, and all things like that. As I got older, I never really put into thought what I actually wanted to do when I became an adult, so to say. I'm an adult right now, and I'm still not 100% sure what direction I want to go in, but that's all okay. However, I've always known that I wanted to work with children. And a lot of people always ask me why. Like, why would you want to go in that direction? And my answer to them is always that children are so real. They're harsh, their actions aren't like shaped from years of living. Every tear and every smile, every laughter, and every emotion that you'll ever receive from your students is so genuine. If you've ever spoken to a child or you are a teacher, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's like this understanding between teacher and student. But each and every student is so different. They all have the capability of succeeding in life, and you'll have some students that might need an extra push to achieve all that they can. And that's what teachers are for. Just to be able to help a student learn something new. Something that they may not have necessarily learned before is an opportunity for both the teacher and the student. The teacher gets to learn about the student, and the student gets to learn from the teacher. And I think that is just something that's so great. Class participation is a teacher's worst nightmare. It doesn't matter what grade the student is in, there is no exemption from this. This is an issue for each and every educator out there. I've noticed that some teachers will just give up and will make groups and just assign group projects or presentations. And although that doesn't sound so terrible in terms of group work and getting to be involved with other students, it creates anxieties when forced upon in that manner. When forcing a child who's maybe shy to go in front of a classroom, although it, with practice and time, can help, at first it creates an anxiety, and then there's a fear of interacting with others. As a future educator of America, my goals are to integrate creative interaction within the classroom. Whether it's learning using games on the iPad or laptop, and integrating technology. Specifically, this is growing within special education and for students who have a hard time or just cannot learn from strict textbook teaching or from the board. This is a great way to incorporate interaction with the technology and the subject, and then also can help them interact with each other. There's also group activity interaction within the classroom, such as pairing words with sentences and selecting the noun, like copy and paste tactics to help students work together in a group to problem solve. And it seems like a lot of extra work, but that little extra effort could have a huge impact on a student's life. In your classrooms, you'll have students with different learning styles, and I know a very popular learning style right now is movement. There are classes available such as rhythm and movement, and they serve as a learning aid for students. Some simpler ways of incorporating this in the classroom would be to have an exercise break, and this is especially helpful for students with ADHD so they can stretch and do small exercises to get up and move in a regulated manner. Community service is a topic that's often overlooked, but it's a great way to help students understand service and helping others. It It could be done within school, like a cleanup or gardening, and you can even help out locally. It's a great way to help, especially the younger kids, understand the world around them. In my classroom, I'd like to incorporate a lot of team building exercises. We can go step outside if the classroom gets too cramped, and you can find ways to get students involved, and they can learn to help each other and rely on one another. They can ask each other if they need a pencil or if they need to sharpen something, and not be afraid of talking to others and working with others. One of the reasons why I wanted to become an educator is because I knew that it wouldn't be an easy job. And a lot of people like to take the easy way out, but I love knowing that I have to problem solve in order to get something. If a student doesn't understand something, I have to find a new way to teach it to them. And in that way, I can help a bunch of other students who may have the same problem. And teaching is also learning. And when you're teaching, you never stop learning. And I think that is one of the reasons why I wanted to go down that career path. I know teaching's not for everyone. And whatever path you do choose in life, whether it's working with kids or not, just make sure it's one filled with adventure.